Hey, it's me, content creator, boyfriend, girlfriend, favorite one, TTB in here. And I, during one of my streams, watched not all of it, but I watched, I would say, a significant amount of the EDP 445 documentary. And I watched it because I originally thought maybe my hubris got the best of me. I thought I could like add some commentary to it that might make it more digestible, but since I didn't finish it, I kind of wanted to talk about it here. Um, this was a waste of time, and I don't mean waste of time in terms of just like watching it on stream, but I mean in terms of it being created. There is nothing of value to find in this documentary. In fact, it feels more like gloating from EDP's perspective. Like, this is a man who is not remorseful at all, irredeemable, a pedophile, like a piece of shit pedophile. And yet he is still roaming free. Why? Because of this predator hunter ass content. That was my big thing. I have always been against this shit. I think people are so content brained that they cannot imagine doing something without some sort of immediate benefit to them.
You're guilty as fuck, Holmes. You're guilty as...
So inside my first video, I came out with just accusations. In the second video, I showed dead proof evidence.
So what is this, man? Come on, ED Pedo 445. I thought you said you're not a pedo, right?
Of him texting 2 to 3 girls, cute, calling them sexy. More girls started coming out and started texting me like, hey, he was also texting me this inappropriate stuff. So I looked at his followers list, right? He had around 300 to 400 accounts he was following. The problem with that is around 120 to 130 of these accounts
Or underage.
13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. I knew at this point it was just out of my hands. This is not my expertise. There's only so much I can show. So I need to take it to the next level. And out there, you got a lot of these guys who catch predators online. And there was one guy I've been watching for years who's really, really, really good at it. I reached out to him. His name is Alex Rosen.
Whether it's people, I know it's not serious, but whether it's people making up lies about an upcoming video game or why something the way it is just so they can get views on their channels to get money, or it's endangering people for fucking content. Like, you know what? There was actually some educational moments in the documentary. Like the whole thing with Gideon, right? I am not super informed on all of these people. That's not necessarily my wheelhouse. But seeing him do what he did, I don't know why this motherfucker is not also in jail either, or at least under some sort of investigation for this shit. Because what he did, quite simply, was child endangerment. There's really no other way to put it. At one point in the documentary, they talk about how EDP was trying to get with a 13-year-old girl. And I'm not going to go into that much detail because it's fucking disgusting. It's gross. But he tried to get a 13-year-old girl, and he was caught by Alex Rosen, who also fucking sucks. But he was caught by Alex Rosen, who was teamed up at the time with some people doing like a predator hunting stuff. He was known as one of those predator hunters. And that's where you probably seen the memes of him with the glasses on, walking around, whatever, right? They had convinced EDP to come to them by stating that the 13-year-old girl who lives in Bakersfield, and EDP is not in Bakersfield. He drove like 4 hours to see her, but he convinced them to have him come out there because it said that the girl was going to make him cupcakes.
I unblocked her ass. She was like, you know, oh my God, why'd you block me, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling her, I'm looking like, Sophie, I can't fucking do this shit. Like, this is fucking illegal. Like, I can't, like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You know what I mean? And she started crying up on the phone. She's all like, oh my God, you know, I just wanted to give you a cupcake, whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, dude.
Cupcakes, I wanted to give you one, you know?
So the story was that we also baked cupcakes. So then you know, he's kind of nervous the day of, like, he's very, like, apprehensive. You know, we're like, oh, well, I still made cupcakes, and...
That's crazy, by the way. I don't want to sound, I mean, God, if I sounded anything like, it'd be justified, but I'm not trying to be fat phobic or anything like that here. But they said, oh, I made you cupcakes, and your big ass is like, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. I was not sure if I wanted to come to this illicit act with you, but you're baking cupcakes? You drove to a 13-year-old's house who you knew be unattended so you could get cupcakes? And the reason I'm talking about that is because like 2 years after that, right, Gideon has a girl who EDP contacted, a 15-year-old girl who then contacted Gideon, who then told her to continuously contact him, right? Which led to him, EDP sending her nudes and sexual images of himself and different stuff, and you get it, pedophile.
Hoskins, and in June 2023, I received an Instagram DM from EDP445, otherwise known as Bryant. I first replied to EDP because I always reply.
What, she's 15 now or was 15?
Me. And I didn't know who he was, but I freaked out because he told me he was suicidal. And sooner rather than later, he started sending very flirtatious messages.
Had her do all of this. And then, according to her, she said that she was expecting some sort of sting or whatever, and they instead hired a private investigator to find out where he was getting his dialysis, where he was working, and where he lived.
Then he backed out, you know? He got cold feet. He didn't want to meet her, you know? He was just, you know, being EDP.
I was hoping to get a sting operation, but they kind of didn't want to do that because Gideon hired a private investigator that found EDP's apartment, his work, and his dialysis center. So on my birthday, they went to confront him.
So he put her through all of that torture, all of that torment, just to be like, actually, we're not going to do it. Right? I hope she has a therapist. I honestly hope she does. Also, putting her at risk, EDP left her voicemails that was like threatening to kill her. Not harm, to kill.
It was uncomfortable. Like, there was days where I didn't even like want to leave my bed. And he
Why
was
would they
trying to
make her
fly
do
me out
this?
to Vegas on my 16th birthday to give me, quote, birthday dick.
And there was no protection of her because there was no law enforcement involved. But when they went to Nevada to confront him, Gideon wore a cupcake outfit. This is content brain. He knew about the cupcake because he saw those videos. A lot of people saw those videos. He knew about the cupcake. And yet he just wore a cupcake shirt specifically to confront EDP. And when he did confront him, you know what he said in the documentary? He said it was underwhelming because he didn't want to like engage with them.
He told me, fuck you, bitch.
I don't give a fuck if you're a minor. I don't give a fuck. Oh, well, you know, she's just a girl. You can't be doing that shit. Bitch, you gotta die.
The whole meetup was underwhelming, you know? Like, he just went inside.
Underwhelming. You content... Okay, you know what? Honestly, I don't think I can do this right now. Underwhelming. This is a man who is a pedophile. This is a man who's gotten away with doing this shit because another predator hunter did the same shit and fucked up. And then what does he do? He does the same shit and fucks up.
We called multiple different law enforcement in her area, trying to set up like a sting operation. And
see, this is what I'm fucking talking about. This is not the step in which you involve law enforcement. You involve them from the beginning because then you don't do child endangerment. This is why they actually do use decoys. You shouldn't be sending an actual fucking child into these situations. This is what the decoys are for. But this time, he's now endangered a child, and nothing comes of it. Nothing comes of it. I am so goddamn tired of everyone doing everything for fucking content. EDP shouldn't even have a documentary, okay? He should be fucking wallowing in obscurity. He should not be getting an hour-and-a-half documentary. The documentary itself is a fucking joke. It's a joke. It uses music so indiscriminately at the worst possible time. There's a scene where they use fucking Hey Delilah uses Sweet Caroline, and will play like classical music when they're talking about how disgusting EDP. Like, it's such a tonal miss. And again, this documentary goes for shock value. There are so many scenes in this documentary where they have someone who's playing EDP just naked in bed. Every time they talk about him like pleasuring himself on the screen, they show it. They show it. They don't let you think about anything. They don't just let the words hang. They have to show everything. It's almost like it's memeing itself. Like, I don't think this is a serious piece of work. This just seems like shock. And then you even look at the comment section on this, and it's just like people are going like, Chris Hansen, because of course Chris Hansen fucking shows up in this. Chris Hansen is like the multiverse cameo from like a Marvel movie. And I'm like, this isn't the kind of shit I would expect from a serious documentary. This is what I expect from like a mockumentary or someone, again, just doing this shit for like shock value. But I wouldn't even recommend watching. I know I'm late on this, and a lot of people already watched to completion. I'm not gonna be one of those people. I think this shit has no fucking value. It has no value. And again, to all those people who were like, oh, but this is good for the people get to know who these predators are. No, that doesn't fucking matter. Knowing who these people are doesn't change the fact that they are not facing any sort of jail time. They're not being convicted. And you want to know why? Because it's fucking entrapment. That is the main thing. If you are posing as a child and you are messaging them first, that is entrapment. They have to be the ones who initiate. I said this during the stream, and then someone confirmed it who was a lawyer in the documentary. Like, yes, there are certain things. Now, hopefully, someone actually builds a case against EDP and gets off the fucking streets. But it shouldn't be a YouTuber, because YouTubers are not qualified for this, okay? They are not. The entire documentary, at least the parts that I saw, the first like half hour, 45 minutes of it, everyone involved who was trying to catch him was just doing it for content. Not one of them involved the law enforcement from the beginning, which is a number one mistake. One of them literally said, oh yeah, it was Gideon. He was like, oh yeah, well, you know, I called my boy, Skepta or whatever. I'm like, that's Skeeter. It's like, that's a fucking YouTuber. Previously, there was a guy, Cole the Raven, is like, oh, I have to contact a person I knew. And he went to Alex Rosen. He was like, this is way out of my depth. So he goes to Alex Rosen. Go to the fucking police. Listen, you guys know how I feel about cops. But for shit like this, go to the police so they can at least have something on them. The second you guys take this shit into your own hands, a prosecutor is going to be like, what the fuck? I can't do anything with this. How did you obtain this information? Are you 100% certain? Depending on the state, you might have to go through more hoops. Were they aware you were filming them? Were they aware you were doing this? Gideon hiring a private investigator to find out where EDP lived and where he worked and where he went to dialysis, and then confronting him where he gets his dialysis done? Are you fucking dumb? Do you know how much, if EDP was smart, he would just fucking sue you? You stopped him or interrupted him from getting dialysis. You hired someone to follow him to his place of employment, his home, and where he gets dialysis. And for what? YouTube content. Not even for like a criminal case. For YouTube content. Like, you guys are so fucking content brain that you are actively ruining the chances for people to face either real consequence for their actions or for others to get some sort of restitution. That 15-year-old girl who EDP was going to have sex with, who he also threatened, gets no closure, no catharsis, because you dumbasses endangered her and then just went to Nevada yourselves. Mind you, it was her birthday. She was expecting a sting on her birthday. It felt like, whatever, we're just going to go hire a guy. For content. There's just some shit that's not content. Oh, God. It's... like, what the fuck are we doing? And then you go to a page, it's like JD, and he's still doing the same shit. These people are still doing the same shit. No one learns any lessons. No one cares about people. It's content, it's money, it's numbers all day, every day. That's it. Don't let them trick you with this bullshit about, oh, doing to help people. They're not helping fucking anyone but themselves. That's why a piece of shit like EDP gets to roam around free. This guy's a fucking monster. And that's probably underselling it. He's a awful, despicable human being. He's a gigantic piece of garbage. And he knows it and he doesn't care. He's not remorseful at all. He's a piece of shit. And yet, because of these content brain dumbasses, he's roaming around free. God damn it, man.